Well, okay, it's actually December the 23rd now, and I'm recording this because I have to put one of these start the stratification now. These are the tree seeds that I ordered from Incredible Seeds this year. So Spice Bush, this is one that you use the leaves in a spiced tea. The dried fall berries is a alternative to allspice. I think you can use the bark on this tree too, but it is a very aromatic plant. The flowers, the leaves, and the berries. Ironwood. This tree, it's a relative of the birch family. Zones 4 to 8. It says it grows in eastern North America. We don't have them here, but if you go, of course, across to Maine and maybe in New Brunswick, Nova Scotia as well, they'll have ironwood. Already zones 4 to 8, it grows 30 to 40 feet tall, so not overly huge. It can tolerate temperatures of minus 25 when fully dormant. We occasionally get temperatures below that. Well, 2019 I think was the last time we got a minus 28. So it is possible in a year like that I would get winter kill on this if I get a year with an extra cold temperature. Black locusts, you've seen those before. I do have some black locusts out there now if they come back in the spring, and I've ordered another pack of seeds because I think that's going to be very good for firewood woodworking and garden structures. The thornless honey locust, I tried winter sowing last year and I got not one to sprout. So I'm going to do them inside again. Osage orange, I have only the 10 trees, 12 trees something that are growing, so I'm going to keep at it. I mean, seeds are cheap. I'll keep at it until I got a few that I can see is growing well. Staghorn sumac, can't remember if I ordered that one last year or not. It's zones 3 to 8. And this one contains 20 seeds in a packet. Siberian pea shrub, I've just been having trouble getting them growing. It is zones 2 to 7. I'm thinking that they should grow here. I just have to get them growing. So, the pea shrub, I soak seed for 12 hours followed by 30 days of cold moist stratification. So I need to start stratifying these by May the 1st. Staghorn sumac is another 90 days. What they say for Staghorn sumac is 90 days cold moist stratification, and then it needs light to germinate, and germination usually occurs within 30 days. So that gives me 120 days. So I'll have to start this stratification by February the 1st. But I'm going to do it now because I can grow them so long. If I don't want to put them outside right away, then I can grow them under the grow lights or in the sunroom for a little bit. Spice bush, you start with a 30-day warm moist stratification and then 120 days cold moist. So if I started these on January the 1st, then they would be up and growing somewhere around the last frost. Osage orange, I need a 30-day cold moist stratification and 40 to 60 days for germination. So that will bring me back to 90 days, which would give me March the 1st. I'm coming back from our average last frost now. Honey locusts, they don't need stratification, and germination occurs within 10 to 60 days. So I'll be doing those April 1st. Black locust, the same thing. Ironwood, I need 90 days cold moist stratification. Germination generally occurs in 30 to 45 days after the 90 days. So we're once again back to March the 1st. The Siberian pea shrub, I need 30 days cold moist stratification. So I'm not going to put in this one yet. Black locust, not yet, and thornless honey locust, not yet. But I have 4 here to put in. I was sent some magnolia seeds. Now, don't know what variety it is, but it's a yellow flower. Most of the magnolias that have a true yellow flower are already to zone 4. Once again, if we get some extra cold temperatures, I might get winter kill. But other than that, they should survive. But now the one thing I found out a couple of days ago was that if these seeds dry out, they say they're no longer viable. You're supposed to take them directly from the fruit and plant them in moist soil. But I'm going to try it. I have 7 seeds here. I'm going to put them in a cold moist stratification for 30 days. And then I'll take them out. But I'll still leave them in the cold room and see if they sprout. So I reread the packets. Well, as I was reading the packets, I realized that every one of the seeds they're asking to soak before I start the stratification. Seed pre-treatment, soak seeds in water for 24 hours for spice bush, 24 hours for staghorn sumac, 24 hours for ironwood, 48 hours for Osage orange. I'm going to soak the magnolia seeds as well. It didn't say whether the water is supposed to be warm or cold or hot or what. So what I have here is hot tap water, but I can hold my finger in it comfortably enough. And so these seeds are the, which one did I put? Ironwood seeds. Putting in here. They're all floating right now. We'll see what's happened in 24 hours. Whether they sink or not. Show you that afterwards. Staghorn sumac. The seeds are not very big in that. It says about 20 seeds. All except 2 sunk. Oh no. Yeah. All except 2 sunk right away. Spice bush. I think this is technically what you have to do if the seeds are not supposed to dry out. When you ship them, you just ship them with a bit of moist soil. But it says soak seeds in water for 24 hours, mix with moistened soil 4 times seed volume, and place in a plastic bag. So let's dump these out, pick the seeds out and put them down in the water. So that's the size of the seed on those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Right now 9 are floating. Osage Orange, they'll have to soak for 48 hours. They look like a little mini cucumber seed, and they have a shuck on them like a cucumber seed. You see this one, the shuck is divided. This one, the shuck is off on one side. Don't know if that makes any difference or no. "31, they're all floating, but with a shuck on it like that, I kind of would expect them to float anyway. And they'll have to absorb the water and fill up the space between the shuck and the seed. Magnolia, like I said, I got the 7 seeds here. Online research says that you're not supposed to let them dry out. Now, they may have been taken from the fruit and put right in this bag. They mightn't be dry anyway, but we'll see. We're going to soak them for 24 hours. See, I have 2 that sunk right away. 3. I have 3 that sunk right away and 4 that's floating. So we shall see. I have to put this label back in here. Make sure it doesn't get wet. Now, plums and cherries, they're a different beast. Because what they're meant to do is lay down on the ground in the fruit. As the fruit decomposes and ferments and that, it'll eat away at this coating on there. But of course, it's out of the fruit now, so there's nothing to eat away at the coating. To crack this coating without damaging the seed inside, I found it best to use a pair of vice grips, because I can set the width of them. So I'll open it off a bit, I'll turn that screw in, just enough so that the coating breaks and the seed falls out unharmed. Now, to avoid what just happened and a piece of flying everywhere, I just put my hand around it. And then everything is in my hand then. Oh, that was the seed. See, the vice grip stays so far open, it can't close up enough to crush the seed. Smaller seeds, I have to close in the screw a bit. There. That is green gauge. So it's a green colored plum, which grows very well in Grandpa's area. So I would assume it will grow very well here. There, I've got them lined up there. And tomorrow we'll take out the ones that's supposed to soak for 24 hours. And then the next day we'll do the last one. Okay, so it's been 24 hours. And if you haven't seen this before, I use these instead of the baggie, putting the wet paper towel in the baggie. I find very difficult because once it's wet, sliding that baggie in there and it's all floppy, not very easy. Now, as I said, 24 hours. Ironwood tree seeds, they're still mostly all floating. So I'm going to leave them another 24 hours. Staghorn sumac, they're all sunk. So I've got to get the jug. Here's the jug and a strainer. So this is the cover from a Maxwell House coffee container. One of the big containers you buy. This is a 2-pound butter container, 907 grams. They fit real nicely together. So, I'll take a paper towel, select the side paper towels, fold that in half, now I use something that puts out water a little more gently to wet this. In those corners. And then just take the seeds, spread them out. Take another paper towel, fold it in half, now just put on enough to soak the paper towels, not having water pool it up in the bottom of the top there. And then put the butter container top down in it. so. Oh, I got it wet, see? Putting the date, December the 24th. And it says 90 days cold moist stratification. So we're going to put this in the spare fridge. I'm going to put remove March 23 on there. And now I'll do the other three. Spice bush. Don't pour the water over the table this time. All of the seeds have sunk on spice bush. Okay, so this is 30 days warm moist stratification. So I'll have to put it over close to the stove. And then 120 days cold moist stratification. So after the 30 days, I'll put it over into the fridge for 120 days. This is one of the things that it's impossible currently for spice bush to grow here. Some years, like if we get another year where both July and August is stinking hot, then maybe it would get that warm moist stratification. But the normal climate for here, it would never get warm enough with the seeds just laying outside. We'd have to actually do it artificially. So that one will go, like I say, by the stove over there for the warm stratification, and then into the fridge afterwards. Now this is where I messed up the first time. I was going to put them directly into cold stratification, and then I realized I was supposed to soak them. So we're going to put the magnolia in here. There's one magnolia seed left floating, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. So I've already got the moistened paper towel in this one because, like I said, I started this and didn't realize I was supposed to soak all of them. I don't know if you need to stratify these, but being where they grow, I assume you do. That'll go in the fridge. And as for the green gauge, that is, as I said, a type of plum. Now I have some of these already in the fridge, so I'll bring these over, and when I do, I'll bring the other ones out and show you. I put these three containers in the fridge on November the 2nd. This top one is the green gauge. take that off, and it's easy to pull up that, and this one has the coating cracked, but it's not growing yet. This one as well, it's got the coating cracked, but neither one of them are growing. November the 2nd, so they've been in there about 50 days maybe. I think this is actually toilet tissue I got on this one. You see, if I had put paper towel, it would have been easier. No sign of anything spreading. Mount Royal plum, that's that plum tree that I have out there and I had to cut way back. And this is the cherry tree, Montmorency cherry. You can see that they're starting to break the coating on them. On most of those have broken. So probably early January I'll take these out and see if they start to grow. Yesterday got busy. So now it's been 72 hours these were in here. This is the ironwood seed that was supposed to be in for 24 hours. And less than half of them, but almost half of them are still floating. There we go, and I ran out of these, so I cut down a 2-pound butter container, and a 1-pound lid fits in the bottom. Osage orange. Some of those were still floating. 31 seeds. There, 48 hours and 30 days cold moist. In 1 month's time we'll check on those.